All right, so we got tracking and we are all squared away. So this is going to be a quick, kind of like not too late night, but kind of late night, 11:38 p.m., almost midnight. And the question is what is the lifespan of these Hellcats? People always ask that question. How long can they go? How far can they go? So any motor should be able to do 200K miles, all right, in these times, all right, as far as 200K miles easily with proper maintenance. And that's including these Hellcats. You stay on top of your oil changes, that is paramount, all right? These Hellcats require the top of the line synthetic oil. So you have to make sure you're doing your oil changes, all right? You have to stay on top of your oil changes, and that alone will preserve the lifespan of your Hellcat or any other car for that matter. So especially high performance cars like these Hellcats, all right? If you run these cars hard, you're gonna have to maintain them hard. That's just the simple fact of the matter. And also getting an oil catch can will help. I didn't get one for the first maybe 3 years, like I said in some videos prior to this, but I finally got one and it was well worth it. So you have to get an oil catch can if you want to preserve the longevity of this car. You want this car to go into the higher 200K miles. So you want to keep this car forever. That's what we all want to do. We want to keep these cars for as long as possible. Staying on top of cleaning your filters and topping off your fluids, as in the coolants, all right? And in these Hellcats, there's two coolers, there's two coolants. There's a coolant for the actual supercharger and there's a coolant for your actual engine. So you have to remember to stay on top of your coolants. That is also key. Trying to keep my actual door open so these lights stay on so we can be lit up enough. The transmission on this car is sealed, so there's not too much you have to do with that. You just got to make sure you don't abuse it. Yes, the paddle shifters, people love the paddle shifters, but if you don't have to, drive this car in manual too much, I would say don't really do it unless you just feel like you know exactly what you're doing. But, that all affects your transmission over time when you're in manual mode. So yes, these paddle shifters are fun. People love them. Even when you go into the shifter down here and you put it in manual, it's fun. Yes, it has louder sounds. It's more aggressive sounding when it's in those modes, in manual mode. But that also kind of, not really, but it will diminish your longevity of your transmission. Not by much, but if you do it all the time, then yes. But keeping this car in automatic and just really being on it is fun enough. The transmission on this car is fantastically fast and it does an incredible job. When it comes to that, that's a key component into keeping the longevity of this car. You'll also need to preserve your brakes and your rotors. So that is also key with keeping this car going for a long time. Yes, it really doesn't have anything to do with the actual motor, but you don't want major brake and rotor problems, which could lead into you get into an accident and then messing this car up. So you want to keep your brakes and your rotors up to par. That is key for these cars. These cars have a lot of power, so you want to make sure your brakes and your rotors are up to par. I just got my brakes done. I got them down. They were down to 5 millimeters. That is the max that you should let them get down to before you get a new brake job. So you got to stay on top of that. But overall, these Hellcats are designed to take great abuse. All right, these cars can take incredible abuse. That's what's so amazing about them. You can abuse these cars and they will run forever. They will run forever. All right, these cars will go into the higher, like I said, 200K miles and still be running. And we all want that. We all want to keep our Hellcats forever. So just a quick video on trying to keep these cars to last forever. We know that they can't, but the lifespan of these cars can be well into the 200K miles as long as you follow those basic steps, the few things that I went over, and of course, other things that you can do. Yes, keeping the car stock as possible will help, but if you do modifications and keep them light, or if you do kind of go heavy in modifications, you just got to really make sure you're going to somebody that knows what they're doing and really just monitor everything. So today I got out on the road. Ms. MDG and I, we had to go check our property. I went to go check to make sure the grass needs to be cut, and we were just out in the Hellcat enjoying ourselves. Some of this footage you're seeing right now is just from her and I out checking our property and making sure everything was good. So just a quick video to explain ways or different things you can do to prolong the lifespan of your Hellcat or your 392 if that's what you have, and you love your 392, your Scat Pack, your Hellcat, whatever, and you want to keep it for as long as you can, those are the basic things you can do. And if you do those things, these cars have been proven to go well into the 200K mile range. The engineering is that great, and you can actually see those high numbers, 200K miles. So that's a beautiful thing, and they can still run hard. So that is going to do it for this upload. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one.